You earn 200,000 a year, and the IRS, your neighbors, and your own brain hope you never notice. Hope you never notice the hidden math keeping you one paycheck from panic. Let me explain why this happens. Picture it. A Fed direct deposit lands every 2 weeks. On paper, you are top 10% in America. In reality, your checking account is gasping by the 28th. How does more money feel like less freedom? Here's the thing. For decades, the deal was simple. Earn more, stress less. Cross 6 figures, worries vanish. Cross 200,000 and you are basically free. That was the fairy tale your parents told you. That is the fairy tale you sold yourself when you grinded through that promotion last year. But look around. 1 in 3 Americans earning over 175,000 a year reports living paycheck to paycheck. Not poor people, not middle-class people. Doctors, lawyers, senior engineers, marketing directors, all stuck in this trap. People driving a leased German sedan to a job most of the country would frankly kill to get. Most people don't realize the top 10% is not a finish line at all in this economy. It is a starting line for a brand new and far more expensive game you never signed up for. A game where the rules were quietly rewritten while you were busy earning your seat at the table. A game where looking wealthy and being wealthy are two completely different sports with completely different scoreboards. You see it on social media. You see it in your group chat. The colleague with the mortgage, the friend who upgraded to the kitchen with imported tile, the cousin whose kid started private preschool. They look like they made it. They feel exactly like you do. Tight, anxious, one layoff from disaster. So why does the fairy tale survive? Because admitting it's dead means admitting the price wasn't what we thought. Here's the number that breaks it. $200,000. Sounds enormous until the federal government takes a bite. In a high-tax state, you land near $130,000 net. That's 65 cents of every dollar. The rest disappears before you ever touch it. Most people don't realize the marginal bracket shock hidden inside. Your last dollar earned is taxed at a far higher rate than your first. The math punishes the top. So your raise from 170,000 to 200,000 doesn't feel like 30,000 more. It feels like 17,000 more. The other half is taxed, deducted, withheld, and quietly gone forever now. Then come the phase-outs. Your child tax credit shrinks fast. Your student loan interest deduction vanishes entirely. Your Roth contribution gets kept. Even your health savings account starts getting elbowed out the door quietly. The tax code rewards low and middle earners with breaks. It rewards the very rich with loopholes. The high earner sits in the worst seat in the house. Now stack on the high cost of living city, because that's where the high-paying jobs actually are. Rent for a 2-bedroom in San Francisco runs steep. Property tax in northern New Jersey. Daycare in Seattle. The numbers are brutal once you actually add them up. $2,500, $4,000, $3,000 a month, every single month, before you eat one bite of food. You are rich on paper, broke in your bank account. That is the illusion. That is the trap.
Taxes are only the first leak. Here is where it gets structural. The second leak has a name, the hedonic treadmill. Your brain adapts to whatever it has now. What thrilled you last year feels normal today. The leather seats stop smelling new. The apartment with the view stops feeling like a view at all. So you reach for the next upgrade. Bigger, nicer, faster. The treadmill speeds up, you run harder. You stay in exactly the same emotional place. Most people don't realize fixed costs only ratchet one direction. You can talk yourself into a nicer car. You almost never manage to talk yourself out of one. You move from a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom apartment. Moving back down always feels like personal failure. You sign up for the fancier gym. Canceling it feels like giving up on yourself, on growth. So every raise quietly gets pre-spent. Promotion to 120,000? Time for the new car. Bump to 150? The mortgage upgrade. Cross 200?
Private school feels reasonable now. Each tier up arrives as a sweet reward, but each tier up locks in another full decade of obligation. And then there is the subscription stack, the invisible bleed. Streaming, music, the meditation app, the fitness app, the food delivery membership, the wine club, the kids enrichment platform, cloud storage, premium news you never read. 30 here, 20 there, 15 somewhere else. $400 a month you cannot even name when asked. Here's the thing about the subscription stack. None of it feels like spending. It's automated, bundled, invisible. It bleeds out the back door while you watch the front. Most high earners can't list half their charges. That's not a budgeting problem. That's the design. Most people don't realize the next part is structural. Now we hit the real twist, the part nobody puts on a spreadsheet. It's called the status tax. Your spending isn't really decided by your income. It's decided by your peer group, where you live and work. Who you went to school with, what your boss drives, what your direct report just posted online. Your wallet doesn't respond to your salary. It responds to your zip code. Move into a nice neighborhood. Your kids need to look like the other kids. The birthday parties have themes. The camps have applications. The bake sale has a corporate sponsorship. Nobody hands you a price list. It's just quietly understood. Take a job with a certain dress code. Not formal, casual, but a specific kind of expensive casual. The sneakers cost $250. The fleece is Patagonia. The bag is a brand you didn't know. Looking the part isn't vanity. It's uniform. And here's the thing. The uniform costs real money every month. Send your kid to the right school and suddenly you're buying experiences, not just tuition. The class trip, the traveling sports team, the tutor's tutor. The college consultant who promises an Ivy League seat. The status tax compounds month over month, and it's paid in after-tax dollars, the most expensive kind. You had to earn nearly twice as much just to cover it. That's the hidden cost of looking successful. Here's the truth. Real wealth and looking wealthy are opposites. Real wealth is invisible. Looking wealthy is loud. Looking wealthy is the watch on your wrist. The index fund is the one nobody can see. The watch eats your money. The index fund quietly prints it back for you year after year. The average person spends a lifetime confusing the two. Most people don't realize social comparison compounds fastest. Your neighbor's renovation triggers yours. Your co-worker's vacation triggers yours. Your sister-in-law's car becomes your next car. Each comparison feels like one small choice. 20 years of those small choices is a totally different life. Now, compound that mistake over 20 whole years. Let me introduce you to two very different people. Same job, same salary, same starting point. Meet Spender Sam. He earns $200,000 a year, takes home roughly $130,000 after tax. Saves just 10% of that take home, so $13,000 a year goes toward his future. The other $117,000 fuels the lifestyle, the car, the condo, the vacations, the brunch, the gear, the look. Now, meet Saver Sarah, his co-worker. Same job, same $200,000 salary, same $130,000 net. But Sarah saves 30%. That is $39,000 a year, quietly invested. She lives on $91,000. Still a great life, just a quieter one. Smaller place, older car, fewer flights, more boring on paper than Spender Sam's life. Now press fast forward 20 years. Both earn roughly 7% on their invested money. Boring market return. Spender Sam saved $13,000 a year for 20 years. His portfolio reaches about $570,000. Solid, not life-changing. He still has a mortgage. He still has car payments. He still cannot stop working. Saver Sarah saved $39,000 a year over those same 20 years. Her portfolio reaches $1.7 million, 3 times Sam's pile from the exact same paycheck. Sam looked rich. Sarah actually became rich after 20 years. Sam has a lifestyle. Sarah has a choice. Sam has to keep showing up. Sarah can walk away. That is the freedom timeline. That is the real divergence. Two people, same income, but one owns their life, the other rents it from their employer. The real losses here are bigger than the actual spending itself. Here's the thing about lifestyle inflation. The dollars you spend today are not just dollars on a receipt. They are dollars times time times compounding. That is what most high earners never truly internalize about money. Run the numbers. $1,500 a month of lifestyle creep. That is one nicer car or apartment upgrade, or one private school tuition split with a spouse. $1,500 a month never feels reckless. It feels normal. Take that $1,500 a month, invest it instead for 25 years at 7% annual return. You land near $1.2 million. Let me say that again, because most people miss it entirely. The decision to upgrade your life by $1,500 a month instead of investing is a $1 million decision. Quiet.
Hidden, almost invisible while it is happening, devastating in slow motion across the next 2 decades. That is the hidden cost of lifestyle inflation, not the monthly bill, the opportunity cost compounded across decades. The version of you who could have retired at 52 is now retiring at 68, still grinding. The version of you that could have started a business is still answering Slack messages on a Saturday. The version of you that had options now has obligations. And those obligations come with a sharper edge. The edge nobody warns you about. Golden handcuffs. Your fixed costs scale with every raise, locking you in. You cannot take the sabbatical. You cannot try the startup. You cannot tell the toxic boss to back off. The mortgage does not care about your mental health. The private school tuition does not care you need rest. You built a life so expensive only this exact paycheck can sustain it. The true price of feeling rich. Career risk. A single layoff turns from inconvenience into emergency. A single bad year turns from setback into spiral. The same income that was supposed to give you freedom built a cage around your calendar instead. Most people don't realize how thin the cushion is. The average high earner has under 3 months in cash. 3 months. After 2 decades of $200,000 paychecks. 3 months between you and a full-blown emergency. Here's the fix that actually scales with income. Let's break it down. 4 rules. Boring, mechanical, quietly powerful.
Rule 1. Cap your lifestyle at 50% of your net income. That is your hard ceiling. Rent, mortgage, car, food, all your day-to-day burn. Capped. Whatever comes in above that ceiling isn't yours. It is not yours to spend. It belongs to your future. It belongs to your freedom timeline. Yes, in a high-cost city, this is hard. It might mean a smaller apartment than your peers. It might mean a used car instead of a lease. That is the point. Discomfort is the strategy. Discomfort is what your peer group will not tolerate, which is exactly why your peer group is broke too. Rule 2. Automate your savings before the money hits your checking account. This is the highest leverage move in finance. You cannot spend what you never see. Route your 401k contribution at the maximum from day one. Route a Roth IRA contribution automatically every month. Route a taxable brokerage transfer the day after payday. Make your future self the first creditor, not the last. When your raise hits, automate the raise too. Increase your 401k contribution percentage before the new paycheck even arrives. Your lifestyle never absorbs the new money. The raise just quietly becomes wealth. Most high earners do the opposite. They let the raise hit checking. The raise gets absorbed into spending within 90 days. That money is gone forever. Rule 3 follows. Freeze your 3 biggest fixed costs for 3 years. Housing, transportation, schooling. Pick the level you have. Decide it is enough. Then do not touch it for 36 months, no matter how many raises come, no matter how many promotions land, no matter how much your neighbors renovate. That discipline rewires everything. Every dollar of every raise stops being lifestyle fuel and starts being freedom fuel. That is real wealth. Rule 4. Audit your invisible spending quarterly. Once every 3 months, pull every recurring charge on every card. Print it. Look at it. Cancel anything you did not consciously choose in the last 90 days. The average high earner finds $200 to $400 a month of subscriptions they had completely forgotten about. That is $4,000 to $5,000 a year. Invested over 20 years, that is real money. Now a bonus rule. Define your enough number. Write it on paper. The net worth that lets you stop. The number that ends the chase. Most people never name it. They just chase forever, never satisfied. The chase is what the lifestyle industry is selling. The chase is what your social feed is feeding. Name the number. Aim at the number. Stop when you hit it. One more trap high earners miss. Here's the thing. Even if you follow every rule I laid out, one category of money still gets ignored. Taxes. Not paying them, optimizing them. The high earners who build wealth are not the ones who earn more. They are the ones who kept more. They saw the tax code as a menu, not a sentence. They used the 401k, the HSA, the backdoor Roth, the mega backdoor Roth, deferred compensation, charitable bunching, tax loss harvesting, plus qualified small business stock exclusion. All legal, all boring, all almost invisible to most high earners today. Most high earners ignore this stack because they assume their accountant has it covered. The accountant files the return. The accountant does not engineer the return. That is your job. We break it down in the next video. Because look, lifestyle creep is the leak you can see. Taxes are the leak nobody ever talks about. They explain why a doctor making $400,000 feels stretched, and a teacher with paid-off house feels free. Real wealth versus looking wealthy. The math is not personality, it is process. That distinction changes everything here. The truth is, people who feel broke at $200,000 are not bad with money. They are normal. The system is engineered to make normal feel inadequate. Bigger house, nicer car, better neighborhood, always one rung higher. Advertising, social feeds, office culture, school districts, peer groups, all of it pushes you up the treadmill quietly. You don't beat that machine with willpower. You beat it with structure. Automate, cap, freeze, audit, name your number. 5 small rules. 5 mechanical decisions. Repeated for 10 years straight. That is the entire game, nothing more. The high earner who masters those rules walks away from work at 55 with real options and freedom. The high earner who ignores them is still grinding at 65, still carrying a mortgage, still feeling trapped. Same paycheck, same starting line, 2 completely different endings. Before you go, one quick thing I want to share. If this video helped you see your own money a little more clearly, do me one small quick favor. Subscribe to Andy Explains Money. That is how we keep showing up in your feed week after week. In the next video, we go deep on the tax moves high earners quietly ignore every single year. The 401k optimization most people get wrong. The health savings account that nobody treats like a true retirement account. And the backdoor Roth that quietly builds tax-free wealth. The strategy most financial advisors never bother to explain. The mega backdoor Roth most companies offer and almost nobody uses. Boring outside, life-changing inside. See you soon. If you want to make smarter money moves, this channel is your next stop. Real wealth, not just looking wealthy. Here's the thing. Chase the hidden math, not the highlight reel. Follow the system, not the slogan everyone repeats. So subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I